Welcome to the Real News Extra. My name is Fred. I'm the operations manager here at RELAW APC. And joining me today is Jennifer Felten, the principal and founder of RELAW APC. So Jennifer, tell me about this new state law in California. What does it say about unsolicited property offers in fire-impacted areas?
Right. So in January of 2025, California has suffered some major devastating wildfires in Southern California.
Right.
The result has been this kind of ongoing remediation and kind of response. Both in Altadena and Pacific Palisades, where these major disasters happened, we are far from back to normal. Right? We're still cleaning up dirt. Very few permits have been issued. It means this is going to be a very slow, long recovery.
Right.
And the result is many of these homeowners are getting to a point where their relocation money from their insurance company is going to start running out, and they're going to be having to make some hard decisions about what they do with their property. And the fear is that they will get taken advantage of by people trying to get them to sell their property for less than what they're worth. And so this law is putting restrictions on someone going to solicit an owner of property in one of the fire damaged areas, saying you can't just go solicit them. If they are interested in selling, they can sell. But if they don't hire a realtor and they don't go out looking, you can't go to them and try to get them to sell their property. So this law puts a continuing restriction on the ability to solicit a sale of property in a fire damaged area.
So how does the required buyer-seller attestation help prevent predatory real estate practices?
Right. So part of the process and one of the requirements of this new law is that any deed that records in one of the covered zip codes, which are the fire damage zip codes, that both the buyer and the seller have to sign an attestation under penalty of perjury that says this was not the result of an unsolicited offer. So there's no way that a seller or an owner is not going to know that they have these protections. That's the idea.
Right.
And so this is a document that has to be attached to the deed and is actually going to get recorded, this attestation where they're swearing that this wasn't the result of an unsolicited offer.
Okay, so why is it important for homeowners and agents to know about these post-disaster protections?
Yeah, I mean, again, we're dealing with what's going to be a very long recovery for many people in these areas. And if we get this wrong, there's significant consequences. One of the things with this AB 851 is that the seller, the owner, has a right to rescind. They have a 4-month right. So if we do an unsolicited offer and then they change their mind, they can claw back that deal for up to 4 months after the transaction. Again, we're really trying to protect people who, when you look at both Altadena and the Palisades, a lot of generational money, a lot of people who inherited their homes or bought them a very long time ago. So if I bought my home in Altadena 20, 30 years ago, and so now someone's trying to offer me what it was worth then, maybe I think that's a good deal. Well, it's not. I can tell you, right? Values have gone up significantly. And so this really is designed to make sure that these people aren't bamboozled out of their equity, which is what we're trying to protect.
Got it. Well, thank you. And thank you for joining us for the Real News Extra. If you're enjoying this content, I invite you to click on like or subscribe. And of course, ring that little bell for future notifications. My name is Fred. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.